Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our virtual book launch on the Power of Coaching book, Volume 2. So happy that you're here. We're now in part 2, meeting some more of the amazing authors who have this message of transformation and what power of coaching can do. So, one of the things to be able to take a look at, if you haven't got a chance to get your copy, I'll make sure to put the links in. You want to order your copy today for just $1.99, and that will also help us become a bestseller. So, ladies, go ahead and give our audience a hello and a warm welcome. So happy that y'all are here today.
Hello, hello. Welcome
Hello.
everybody in
Hello.
streaming land.
Yes, yes, and yay. Okay, so the reason why we put this book together, like these ladies are sharing their amazing messages, and this is one of the reasons why you want to go ahead and read even more deeper to the transformation that they have experienced and also facilitated. But the reason why we're doing this is because us as coaches, we know the power of coaching, and our desire is to be able to share the power of coaching and what it can do and how it can shift you and your entire world with ease, grace, and flow. So therefore, my desire, I know, is for it to be a household name, even better than therapy, right? So first, let's get into it. So the one question I want to ask each of you first is, who are you? How do you serve? And what got you into coaching? And I'm gonna first start with Joanna. Can you go ahead and share with us? I know.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna from New York. And how do I serve? Right? Was that how it went?
Yep.
How do
How
I
do I
serve?
serve?
So I serve with healing energy work mostly, massage therapy, acupuncture, Reiki. Those are my hands-on treatments and distant healing treatments. So all energy type of work, just making sure you're vibing up. That's my goal for my people.
Oh, I love it. And what got you into coaching? Tell us what got you into coaching.
Self-healing, self everything. Just like you said, I started with therapy, going through life traumas, as we call them, divorce, bankruptcy, things like that. And I realized therapy, I kept talking about the problem, and that was not what I really wanted to do. I wanted a solution to the problem. So I realized helping me get to where I needed to go, I wasn't no longer focusing on the problem, but where I needed to be. So that's what coaching did for me.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much for Joanna for sharing. Because yeah, such a beautiful thing about coaching. For those of you who are listening, it's about bridging the gap from where you are to where you want to be, right? And that's moving forward is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thank you for being here and sharing with us your wisdom today.
Thank you.
Lisa, let's hear from you. Tell us who you are, how do you serve, and what got you into coaching?
Thank you, Dr. Heather. My name is Lisa Bernisser, and I'm an empowerment coach for women entrepreneurs and business owners. And I help high achieving women go from overwhelmed to empowered, and to take control of their schedule so that they can step into their own freedom.
So good.
Um, so the reason why I went to coaching, I'm also a massage therapist, and back in 2010, a light bulb came on, and I realized that how much stress people were going through, and they would all, lay on the table and tell me about it, and I'm like, there's something to this, and so that started my journey.
Oh, awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much for sharing that. All change, it starts with awareness. And it's a beautiful thing that as you're hearing these stories, as you're reading these stories, you're going to see how these transitions happen and how coaching can be able to support that. So thank you so much for being here and sharing with us your wisdom.
Thank you.
All right, Trish Carr. Trish, let's hear from you. Tell us, who are you? How do you serve? And what got you into coaching?
So I'm Trish Carr. I'm one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network, and Women's Prosperity Network is a global sisterhood of women coming together, joining arm in arm so that we can be the best we can be, so that with our products, our projects, and our services, we make a massive positive difference in the world. That's what we do, that's who I am. And we've been doing it for almost 18 years now. And how I got into coaching was, so I used to work in corporate and was very fortunate my entire career to have incredible women mentors. And because of them, I moved up in the chain of command, despite being a woman in a man's world and making multiple six figures. But when I left corporate, I didn't have those mentors anymore. And I can't imagine my life going any further without a mentor, whether it's a personal trainer, a health coach, someone teaching me how to swim. We're talking about my business and my livelihood. I need somebody over my shoulder who's smarter than me, who's been where I want to go, who can help me get there. So that's what I used to do in my corporate job for my people. So it's just natural that I stepped into that role at Women's Prosperity Network, and we work with women to move the needle, the money needle, the happiness needle, the freedom needle, this is my life and I love it needle. So I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Trish. We so appreciate you being here as well and sharing with us your wisdom. And it's a beautiful thing about moving the needle forward, exponential receiving.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. So thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, you're welcome.
Coach India, welcome.
Hello, and thank you, Dr. Heather, for this wonderful opportunity. Hi, I'm Coach India. Last name is Willis. I am hail from a little small town called Rand, West Virginia, currently living in Georgia. And I'm telling you, I am the founder of Life Activated Consulting Services. And I'll tell you a little moment about how that name came about. But I am a life coach to women. I help women create wonderful mission-driven paths for purposeful living. And it is exciting to see women find their way, to find a way to live, work, and play and be happy in it and be satisfied with wherever they are in life. And how I got into coaching was not because all of a sudden I wanted to become a coach. I worked in corporate America for 25 years. And in that space, kind of like Trish, climbed the corporate ladder, always was called on to mentor others, did group coaching, did group mentoring. My door was always a revolving door of people coming in asking, how do I? What do I do in this situation? And it wasn't always related to work. So fast forward, having going through a very traumatic end to my business career, I decided that there had to be a better way to live, work, and play. And I became activated. My life kind of just blossomed when I decided to fire my corporate boss and my job and go out on my own. And I have not looked back. And to be able to impact women globally and inspire women to find themselves in spite of their work or in spite of being the homemaker or your wife or your sister or your friend, no matter what capacity or hat that you wear, you are able to find a mission-driven path if you connect with Life Activated Consulting Services. So again, thank you, Dr. Heather. So glad to be here.
Oh, thank you, India. Thank you so much. We're grateful that you're here and we appreciate you sharing your wisdom with us today, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And Cheryl, hello. Introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Cheryl Bernstein. I'm the creative muse. I help coaches and entrepreneurs create all those pieces that help them run their business online. And ever since I told the story of Little Rabbit Foomph Foomph in second grade on the playground, and all the kids gathered around, and the teacher saw me from upstairs in the classroom, saw all these kids, she said later, what was that? And I said, oh, I told the story of Little Rabbit Foomph Foomph. And she said, oh, would you like to tell it to the whole class? Yeah. And she sent me on tour of all the other second grades. And I went on tour telling the story of Little Rabbit Foom Foom. Ever since then, I knew I loved performing and presenting, having an audience, telling story, and I ended up with a career in showbiz. It was great. Did voiceover, comedy, film, TV, and it was great, 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 great for several decades. And then it started to change, as probably happens to a lot of people. Your career changes. I wasn't as in demand. And I was like, and this is how I got into coaching. And I was like, I'm not done. I don't want to retire, but I don't know what I want to do next. It seems like I need to do something else. And I got a free lead magnet offer from Christy Whitman, who's a law of attraction coach. And I didn't know it was a lead magnet. I just clicked on it. It was like, learn the 7 laws of the universe. That was interesting. And then she offered some free coaching because she has a coaching academy and the students needed to practice. And I didn't even know what coaching was, but I thought it sounded interesting. You know, something in me was like, do that. So I got the coaching, and then on that call and afterwards, I said, that's what I want to do next. I want to help people feel the way she helped me feel. And I learned to be a coach. I got certified in the law of attraction. And then I went to entrepreneur school, learned how to do that. And it was there that my then coach suggested I combine what I knew from my past to what I've now learned and become a coach for others to learn how to present, to learn how to tell story, to learn how to be visible. And it also morphed into me helping them create all that stuff that helps with the videos. Because when I became a coach and I learned what to do, you know, like create a lead magnet, do a webinar, have an email list. I knew what to do. They told me that, but I didn't know how. So now I help others who are creating their business, building their business with all that how, and help them create and feel great about being on camera and getting out there and telling their Little Rabbit Foom Foom story, gathering all the kids on the playground.
Oh, Cheryl, thank you so much for being here and sharing your giving entrepreneurs permission to be seen, heard, and felt. We really appreciate your work and so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, I'll introduce myself real quick and then we'll continue on. So I am Dr. Heather Tucker, your host and the visionary behind this project, because I realized that a lot of times we can get stuck. We can get stuck of how things were, right? And we're called for amazingness. We're called for greatness. And so I realized that sometimes, so I work with entrepreneurs who want to achieve success in business and life harmony, because it really is 2 sides of the same coins. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it is possible to work smarter, not harder, stress less, strengthen your relationships, lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum, and create your own time and money and emotional freedom. And what I was realizing on this journey of entrepreneurship, a lot of times we could be so busy working that we're not really able to have quality time with our family. Or we could be having quality time with our family and then we're still thinking about work. And I'm like, we got to stop all that. I want to put it all out of the pasture so therefore we can be present and enjoying every single moment and where we are. So I have a professional training and coaching company. I teach and certify life coaches. So for those of you who are thinking, man, I want to become a coach, well, great. We have a free gift that'll be able to see if that's something that's a good fit for you. And I also certify communication mind experts, because when there's a healed heart and a renewed mind and we're working on one accord, we literally become unstoppable. And that's what it's all about. And as I mentioned before, what got me into coaching, I didn't tell you yet, what got me into coaching. So my background is in IT. I actually was an intelligent technologies researcher for the Army, got my PhD at 27, got my dream job at 28. And you know where a lot of people will see you successful? Oh my goodness, how did Dr. Heather so successful? Externally. But internally, there was so much heaviness, there was so much misery, there was so much sadness. And then I would look around even my immediate family and also my immediate community, and I would see so much suffering. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, but there's something I'm supposed to be doing. I could stay here at this cushy job, permanent six-figure position, or I could take this leap of faith and step into what God is calling me to do next. And I remember when I shared this story, the first part. I'm going to share it again because it was just so good. I remember when I told my parents, who are also both PhDs, that I was leaving the government. And my dad was like, Heather, you only got 20 more years. What the hell are you doing? And I said, well, I'll be dead in 2 if I stay here. And then my mom's just like, Heather, what are you gonna do? I said, I don't know. I just want to help people. I just want to help people because really, I know I'm called to help people. I don't know how. I don't know why. She's like, well, you better get paid for it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I went to the first coaching program that I had taken, and I was like, oh my goodness, where is this information? This should have been taught in middle school, high school. I don't think I even would have did a PhD if I knew that this was an amazing avenue that was possible. Where is this knowledge? Where is this wisdom? Because seriously, with all the miscommunications and all the chaos that's happening, coaching is a really great solution to being able to best communicate with people and also help people move the needle forward from where they are to where they want to be. So yes, that's why I'm here. And now you know why I got into coaching. And now the next question that I want to ask you, amazing lady coaches, is what are the benefits of coaching from your perspective? And what are the downsides of coaching from your perspective, even from the client or the coach, either one? But just let me know what kind of comes to you. Big picture, we know that there's a lot of them. So just big picture, what is like the biggest one that kind of speaks to you? Joanna, you want to start first? I know you're the first one on screen.
I wanted to think about it. Okay, so the upside to coaching,
Benefits, yeah, benefits
benefits
and
to coaching.
downsides.
Yeah, there's a ton of benefits to coaching. Accountability. I'm gonna name mine. My
Okay.
benefit is accountability. Keeping myself accountable because it's easy to say you want to do something and actually doing it. So the accountability of having someone there to keep me doing what I say I'm gonna do. That's number one. Number two is when life traumas hit, it's easy to fall into that. And I mean like grief, death, divorce, things are gonna happen in life. And they say like pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. So we don't want to choose to suffer. And with that, you need someone that's gonna keep your eye on the prize. A lot of times we like to think that'll be our spouse or our friends. And when we realize their prize is not our prize, so you need someone that's holding the same frequency, the same vibration as you to keep you motivated, to keep your momentum going, as we say with Women's Prosperity Network, keeping that momentum moving. What else? That's 2 benefits, right? Accountability, the momentum. The downfalls for coaching. What would be a downfall to coaching for me would be not enough people do it.
So good. That's perfect.
That's what I would say. Not enough people do it. If I think if enough people realize how much it really grows you. One being like we would say iron sharpens iron. A lot of people don't like to be sharpened, so they don't do it. Hearing that something's not good or they may take it as criticism, but it's really sharpening you to your next level to be able to receive that. And I feel like if more people do it, the frequency of the world would kind of wake up.
So good. Thank you so much, Joanna, for sharing that. Yes, yes, and yay. Okay, thank you. All right, Lisa, what about you? What are some benefits of coaching, like the big picture benefits for you? And then also from your perspective, and then also what are the downsides of coaching from your perspective?
I think that coaching to me is this opportunity for freedom. Knowing that many times in my life, I thought that I could just do it on my own and I muscled through it. Um, and then having the experience of having a coach being beside you and supporting you, providing this safe space to be able to explore who you are is just so much different. Trying to do it by yourself is, for me, was not a good choice ever. So probably since 2009, for the most part, I've had a coach in my life, and I'm very grateful for that. It gives you that opportunity to be that authentic self, and be who you are, and to peel away those layers in a safe space.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Joanna. It's not taking that opportunity to reach out and have that support. We won't bite. And we always have an ear to be able to listen. And if you have questions or concerns, or nothing is silly. And so having that opportunity to be able to come forward and having a safe space to ask the questions, don't be afraid. And to be able to step up, and it's a form of self-care and support to have that kind of connection around you.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing. Yay, appreciate you. And Trish, let's hear from you. What is the benefits, big picture benefits of coaching from your perspective, and what are some downsides of coaching from your perspective?
Okay, so the big picture benefit, I want to play a game.
Okay.
I want you all to cross your leg over one leg like you're sitting like a girl with your hand. And I want you to take your foot and I want you to twirl it clockwise. The one that's over, the hanging foot, twirl it. Now I want you to take your finger and I want you to make the number 6 in the air. 6 in the air. While you're twirling, keep twirling. Don't stop twirling. What happens to your foot when you make that number 6?
Tried to stop.
It tries to stop and it tries to go the other way. Because your foot are your habits. Your foot is the thing that's ingrained that you do automatically. You don't even think. Everything you do, automatic. The 6 is the new habit. And that new habit takes time to ingrain. The other thing is, sometimes you don't even know there's a habit that needs to be changed. Someone looking over your shoulder saying, oop, 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 there goes your foot in the wrong direction again. Come on back. Or someone looking over your shoulder and saying, have you considered this option? And you going, oh my gosh, never occurred to me. Or someone sitting over your shoulder and saying, you know, you got this and you're absolutely right. And you are perfect as you are. It creates confidence. It creates an expansion of your thinking. It gives you access to ideas you never would have seen on your own. And it keeps you moving in the right direction. That's why coaching is good in whatever area of your life you want it to be better. Every area of your life. When people have babies, they have coaches helping them to give birth. Does that tell you something? It starts right there. The downside to coaching isn't for everybody. I'm gonna say I do wish more people did it, but it's not for everybody. Not everybody is coachable. Some people know everything already. And no matter how hard you work with them, they really know better than you. So they'll go on their merry way. So it's not for everyone. But when the people who are ready to step up and say, you know, I'm sick of my life being this way, or I'm sick of this part of my life not working, or I want to go further and I'm not exactly sure how. That's what a coach is for. You don't have to be broken to go to a coach. I have had a coach probably more years than I want to admit. And every time I lose a coach, I get a new one. Because I've got to have somebody looking over my shoulder saying, oh, there goes your foot again.
Oh my goodness, Trish, what a perfect example. Thank you so much for sharing that activity with us that makes it real applicable of what we're talking about here. So
Yeah.
yes, thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Coach India, what about you? What are the benefits, big picture benefits of coaching from your perspective? And what are some downsides or the downsides of coaching from your perspective?
Well, Trish said it all. And she wrapped it up in a bow.
She
But
did.
honestly, she really did. So if I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself, but I don't know if you ever heard the movie Waiting to Exhale. And it's about women who are going through different life events, different ones. And what I've seen in my years of coaching is that women are waiting to exhale, but they just don't either know how because they still hold their breaths. They're not looking for that relief until they've had a coaching moment. And then you see all the energy just they're breathing now. They feel a little bit lighter. And they're like, oh my gosh. It's like Trisha, I didn't know I could change. I didn't know I could create a different path. I didn't know I could think that way, meaning we're breaking down limiting beliefs, we're breaking down old ways of thinking. And then when that becomes unlocked for them, it's like, oh my gosh, they're not only breathing, they're starting to run, they're starting to leap over walls. Their energy comes back because they've unburdened themselves. So that's kind of what I've seen as a coach for women is that we're all needing to, at some point in our lives, excel. And they need someone to guide them how to do that. Downside, um, I think in some cases, uh, people may see coaching as therapy, and it's not. I often have had to refer other women, say, hey, you may want to talk to a therapist. Here's why. And explain that sometimes the emotional level or depth of what they're dealing with is so deep that they may need a little bit more hand holding that I can provide. And as Trish said, sometimes coaching is not for everyone. They may need a different type of path to help them through their situation. And I've always approached it from a holistic way. I never assume that just coaching is just the right thing for that individual. So I agree. I agree with Trish on this, that it's not for everyone. They may need a therapist, they may not, they may need a counselor. Whatever they may need, I'm hoping that I can provide that guidance to help them in that right way.
Well, thank you so much, Coach India, for sharing. Yes, yes, and yeah, we appreciate you. All right, Cheryl, Coach Cheryl, tell us from your perspective, what are the benefits of coaching and what are some of the downsides of coaching from your perspective?
Well, I'm going to talk about it from my perspective as a coach. So the benefits of coaching, the coaching I do, is I get to do the thing I love, all the things I love, which is creating. I love to create in Canva and on ConvertKit and make things and make them beautiful. And I also love to untangle things, which could be tech or somebody's thinking. You know, my dad always fixed everything from bicycles to blenders to he just knew how to fix everything. And I think I learned from him because I would watch him in the basement as he was doing stuff. I learned how to suss out where's the break? Where's the thing that's not working? And so I love doing that. And I can see those breaks in maybe some technical funnel, or I see those breaks in somebody's thinking. And I love to do both of those things. And so I get to do that, to create, to work with my clients, to work on my own. And in that doing of what I love to do, I help them get to where they want to go, move along that entrepreneurial path, to feel like they have a business, to realize something about themselves that maybe they didn't, how great they are. So that's the benefits of coaching for me as a coach. What would be the downside of coaching? For me, again, as a coach, I would almost spend every minute doing doing my work, doing my coaching. I love doing it. And that is a downside because I got my own stuff I got to do. I got, things to take care of. But I love doing it so much that I have to sometimes stop myself from like 2 a.m. I'll be awake. I'll go start working on something. Better to be asleep. So for me, as a coach, that's the downside I see. I don't see any other downside as a coach. So
awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Cheryl. Yay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it, ladies. I mean, it's beautiful because, we want to be able to put this out there in terms of like, what are the pieces for people to be aware of, right? Because a lot of times it could be like, oh, it's all perfect. It's all positive. But there are these pieces that you got to think about. Are you coachable, right? Do you want to be held accountable? Do you want to get well, right? Do you want to go to the next level? I'll share with you, from my perspective, big picture, I realize that coaching saves lives. That's like one of the biggest, because it helps people step into their true empowerment, their bigger and better version of themselves, regardless of what the arena is. And that in itself brings total freedom. And it's so possible to be able to have that on all levels, that this is why I love doing the work that I do. I'll also say that the only downside that I see from coaching is that actually when you experience it, then sometimes you may encounter like the difficulties with dealing with other people who may not be happy with your transition, right? Who may be like, oh my goodness, why can't you be the way you used to be? Right. And being able to own that and hold that space for it to kind of fizzle out, for them to recognize, okay, this is now who I am. It leads to authenticity, leadership, really stepping into your kingdom and queendom, right? Your dominion. And there's such a great beauty in that. Okay, so the last question that I have for you ladies today, and stay tuned because for those of you who are on the call today, we have some free gifts that we're going to give you. And so just hang in there, stay tuned because you're going to hear them now. So the next question is, what is your biggest takeaway that you want to leave the audience with today? And also, what is the free gift that you're offering in the book that you want to be able to highlight and share? Joanna, we'll start with you.
Okay. The takeaway I want everybody to walk away with today is that choose you. You have a choice all the time. And as long as you're choosing you and how you feel and choosing to vibe up, not to stay where you are, choosing to vibe up is always choosing you. So how I'd like to honor that and honor you is to download my free Vibe Up checklist so you can check, how do I vibe up every day? How do I feel good about me every day? How do I value myself every day? So you can get that at factorwellness.com.
Oh, thank you so much, Joanna. I appreciate you. Yay. Well, thank you. Okay, next, Lisa, let's hear. What is your biggest takeaway that you want to leave us with? And also, what is your free gift that you want to share with us?
I think my biggest takeaway is to remember to be gentle with yourself, to make sure that you are giving yourself the same compassion that you would give to another human being, and to be gentle with yourself and to not listen to those voices that may be putting you down. And my free gift is Key to Self-Compassion. Quiet Your Inner Judge. 3 keys to self-compassion for women entrepreneurs.
Yes, yay, thank you. And it'll be in her chapter as well. And just go ahead and share with us your website for that.
It is unlockyourinnerpotential.com, and then it would be /self-compassion.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna break free from those mind monkeys. Control them squirrels. Thank you. All right, Trish, thank you for coming. Let's go ahead and hear your biggest takeaway that you want to leave us with. And what are the free gifts that you had to share in the book?
So let me give you my free gift. My free gift is going to be so much fun because if you are anyone who wants to be self-expressed, I want to share with you the comfortable way, the right way, if you will, of how to share your message with people, especially for those of us who are leaders or running our own businesses. And the fastest way to get people to be interested is to know what to say and how to say it when you're speaking in a group environment. So Cheryl shows you how to get on video, which is a group environment, even though you're the only one. So Cheryl helps you with the video. What my gift is meant to give you is help you with the what the heck do I say? So if you go to speakingforfunandprofit.com, and A-N-D spelled out, everything spelled out, speakingforfunandprofit.com, you're going to get a speaker profitizer, which will show you how you can actually speak to a group and invite them to work with you without you feeling like you're selling something on TV. That's what it's meant to do. So that's my free gift, Speaking for Fun and Profit. The other question, what I really want to leave people with is to know that it's all right to have help. In fact, it's empowering to have help. When my niece was 7 years old, she was putting together a Barbie dream house. And I went over to help her do it. She goes, no, I can do it myself. I was like, Megan, let me help you. No, I can do this. And she was adamant about it. It took her a really long time to do it. And every time somebody asked to give her help, she said no. She was only 7. Where did she learn that asking for help is not good? Asking for help is powerful. Asking for help changes your life. Asking for help enriches the life of the people you let help you. Stop being so selfish. Ask for help. You don't know everything. That's my takeaway.
Thank you so much, Trish. So good. We really appreciate you for sharing that. Yes, and yay. Don't go to battle alone. Have support. I mean, that's what we're here for. There's a beauty in that. And you actually get to your goals much faster.
She would have gotten that Barbie dream house done in 30 minutes instead of 3 hours.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, Coach India, biggest takeaway, and what is your gift that you are giving out to us today?
My biggest takeaway is that we don't know what we don't know. And until you stop ignoring the stirring in you to do something about what that stirring is, you're going to stay stuck. You won't move forward. So why not take that leap of faith? Because that's what it is. It's not a how, it's a when. When do you want to change your life? And I'd say that starts now. So take the leap of faith and find your next move and move forward. And so, how do you do that? Well, I created an empowerment blueprint strategy. It's a plan that kind of helps you start with your story. You can either write it down in a journal, or I've got the blueprints you can write in how you start with your story. Where are you right now? And then I provide some actionable steps that you can take to begin this transformation. And as always, I'm there to support if you want to reach out to lifeactivatedconsultingservices.org. That's ORG. You can go to the contact page. There's a link. You can download the free copy.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Coach India, for sharing. Yay. It's all about knowing the blueprint. There's nothing more generative. One of my coaches has said, there's nothing more generative than clarity. Clarity, and I'm adding organization and confidence and fun. So Trish talked about the fun. Life is supposed to be fun. Thank you for sharing. All right, Cheryl, let's hear your biggest takeaway and your gift that you have to be able to share with us.
Love to say. I think my biggest takeaway is that it's great to have a guide, somebody who has walked the terrain before you many times, knows the path to take, knows the things to watch out for, knows the things to expect, so that whatever it is that you want to do, the path can be smoother for you. And sometimes you think that you have to do a certain thing to get a result that you think you want. but that might not even be the right result for you. And a guide, a coach can really help you be very clear on what it is you're working towards and to make the path easier. And if you can sing and laugh along the way, how great is that?
Yeah.
So, and my gift, this particular gift works on the video piece that I help people with, and it's called 10 Things to Know Before You Video to save time, help you shine, and look like a pro. And it's a really fun little package of videos that take you through. They're fun little videos that I did, if I do say so myself. And it takes you through these 10 things that I think are good for you to know. And it comes with a PDF, and the link is in the book, in my chapter, as everybody's is. And you can also get it at CherylBernstein.com.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Yay. Oh my goodness. See, all of these skills, everyone who's listening, for you to be seen, heard, and felt, expressed, step into the bigger and better version of you, or another level, whatever that is. My biggest takeaway that I want to leave you with today is that you don't have to have a great past to have a great future. You can recreate and restore yourself each and every day. And no matter who you think you are so much more than that. Right? There's a beauty when you're working with a coach to be able to bring out those natural gifts and talents that are already in you. It's just about being able to help them come to the forefront so you can shine like the lighthouse leader that you are. And the gifts that I want to share with you today, in the book, you will receive a gift for 7 secrets towards more business and life harmony. Awesome guide that is, as well as it gives you several more strategies beyond the 7. And also on the book, I also said a freedom call. So one of the things I love to do is being able to have a call to help people identify whatever their biggest unconscious success block is. And I can definitely guarantee you it might not be what you think it is. And today, for those of you who are listening to, who are joining us live, I want you to go to anotherlevelliving.com/free trainings. And there are 2 master classes there. I'll put the link in the chat in a moment. One is on the power of emotional intelligence and what it can do for you in your world. And the second master class is on, have you ever thought about becoming a life coach? And we show you how to do it in the best way possible so you can be able to do that as well. Thank you all so much for blessing us with your presence, ladies. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. This has been truly amazing. Go ahead and get your copies, okay? Because seriously, this book is $2 for an amazing transformation. It can't get better than that. I just can't. All right, everyone in Another Level Living Land. We'll see you again soon and have an amazing rest of the day. Bye, everyone.